If you're over the age of 50, this video could literally save your life. You've been told fruits are healthy, right? But what if I told you that 3 common fruits you might be eating every single day, could be silently increasing your risk of a heart attack? And here's the kicker. Most doctors don't warn you about these fruits. Why? Because they're natural, because they're sweet. But what's natural isn't always safe, especially after 50. Your body is changing, your metabolism is slowing, and the way your heart responds to certain sugars and compounds is completely different now. One of these fruits spikes your blood sugar in seconds. Another causes hidden inflammation in your arteries. And the third, still marketed as heart healthy, but for millions of people over 50, it's a ticking time bomb. This isn't fear, this is science. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to avoid and what to eat instead. Stay with me, because fruit number 3 will absolutely shock you. Early call to action 120 to 130. If your health matters to you, smash that like button. Subscribe right now for weekly health breakthroughs and real talk your doctor might not tell you. And drop a comment below. I'm over 50 and I'm ready to learn. Let the world know you're taking your health into your own hands. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Why are we even questioning fruit in the first place? You've been told your whole life that fruits are healthy, and they are, but only when your body is ready to handle them. After the age of 50, something major begins to shift inside your body, and very few people talk about it. Your metabolism slows down. Once you hit 50, your metabolism isn't what it used to be. You burn calories slower, you store fat faster, and the way your body breaks down food, especially sugar, becomes more sensitive. Now here's the problem. Most fruits are high in natural sugars, particularly fructose. Fructose may sound innocent. It's not table sugar, right? But your liver is the only organ that can break down fructose. And after 50, your liver is often already overloaded. So instead of turning that sugar into clean energy, it gets stored as fat, specifically visceral fat, the dangerous kind that wraps around your organs and inflames your heart. Insulin resistance creeps in. Now combine that with the fact that insulin resistance is incredibly common in people over 50. What does that mean? It means your cells stop responding to insulin properly. So when you eat fruit, even something natural like a banana or watermelon, your blood sugar can spike hard and fast. But here's the kicker. It won't always show up on a test right away. You won't always feel it happening. But over time, this silent roller coaster of blood sugar spikes and crashes takes a serious toll on your heart. Your heart is now more sensitive. Now let's talk about your heart. If you have high blood pressure, pre-diabetes, high cholesterol, or you're taking medications to manage these things, then certain fruits can actually make things worse. Why? Because many fruits, especially those with high acidity or sugar, can increase inflammation in your blood vessels, raise your triglycerides, and worsen arterial stiffness. Over time, this sets the stage for plaque buildup, which increases your risk of heart attacks, strokes, poor circulation, and long-term cardiovascular decline. But wait, isn't fruit full of fiber? Yes, and fiber is good for you, but not all fruits are created equal. Many of the most common fruits people snack on, like grapes, bananas, and dried fruits, have very little fiber and a whole lot of sugar. So instead of slowing down digestion and keeping your blood sugar stable, they hit your system like a sugar bomb. And the older you get, the harder it is for your body to recover from that. Your brain and energy are affected too. Ever feel that midday crash after eating fruit? That's no coincidence. When blood sugar spikes too quickly, your body releases insulin to bring it down, often too much insulin. That leads to a sudden drop, making you feel tired, foggy, or even moody. So now your heart is struggling, your energy is crashing, and your brain isn't firing at full power, all from a fruit that you thought was healthy. Bottom line, what used to be healthy can now become harmful. It's not about cutting out all fruit, it's about understanding that your body after 50 needs different fuel, and if you don't adjust now, the damage can sneak in silently until one day it shows up as something serious, like a heart attack or chronic fatigue. Stick with me, because coming up, we are exposing the number one fruit that looks innocent but could be increasing your risk of a heart attack every single day. Let's get into it. Let's talk about a fruit that seems completely innocent. Tiny, sweet, refreshing, and often labeled as heart healthy. But if you're over the age of 50, this one fruit could be doing more harm than good. Yes, I'm talking about grapes. Grapes, the sweet trap. Grapes are one of the most popular fruits in the world. People throw them in salads, snack on them while watching TV, and even freeze them as a healthy treat. But here's what most people don't know. Grapes are packed with fructose, a type of natural sugar that doesn't spike your blood sugar immediately like glucose does. Sounds like a good thing, right? Not exactly. Fructose doesn't go straight into your bloodstream like other sugars. It takes a sneaky route. It goes directly to your liver, and your liver, it can only process so much fructose at once. Once it hits capacity, the excess gets converted into fat, specifically visceral fat, the silent killer. This isn't the kind of fat you can pinch. Visceral fat is the dangerous kind. It's the fat that wraps around your organs, especially your heart, liver, and intestines. And it's highly inflammatory. The more visceral fat you carry, the greater your risk for heart attack, stroke, type 2, diabetes, and even certain cancers. Now think about this. A single cup of grapes contains about 23 grams of sugar, nearly as much as a can of soda. And many people don't stop at just one cup. You eat a handful here, another handful there, it adds up fast. The study that shocked doctors. In a 2023 American Heart Association study, researchers tracked adults over the age of 50 who ate grapes regularly. What they found was alarming. These individuals had elevated inflammatory markers, particularly C-reactive protein, CRP, which is directly linked to increased heart disease risk. Even though grapes are natural, they were quietly promoting inflammation in the body, not because they're toxic, but because the aging body can't process sugar the same way anymore. The side effects of daily grape consumption. Let's break down what happens when you eat grapes consistently in your 50s and beyond. One belly fat gained fructose turns into fat, and it usually settles in the belly area, wrapping around your vital organs. This isn't just a cosmetic issue, it's a metabolic one. 2. Increased triglycerides. When your liver is overwhelmed with fructose, it pumps out triglycerides, fat molecules in your blood. High triglycerides are a major risk factor for heart attacks. 3. Hidden insulin resistance. You may not feel it, your blood sugar test might even come back normal. But deep inside, your cells could already be resisting insulin, laying the groundwork for type 2 diabetes and rapid aging of the arteries. The deceptive sweetness. They are sweet, but they are silently stressing your heart. That's the paradox. You think you're doing something healthy, but inside your cardiovascular system is under pressure, and here's the scary part. You won't feel this damage happening. You might even feel good after eating grapes. That's what makes it dangerous. It's silent, slow, and deadly. So, what should you do? Does this mean you can never eat grapes again? Not necessarily. But if you are over 50 and dealing with high blood pressure, belly fat, high triglycerides, or even prediabetes, then you need to be very cautious with fruits like grapes. Limit your portion, don't snack on them daily, and definitely don't eat them in the evening when your body is less insulin sensitive. Coming up next, a fruit that millions of Americans eat every morning, believing it gives them energy. But in reality, it could be worsening blood sugar crashes, exhausting your heart, and silently aging your body from the inside out. We're talking about bananas, and what you're about to hear may shock you. Now, let's talk about a fruit that's probably sitting on your kitchen counter right now. The banana. It's often seen as the ultimate healthy snack, quick, portable, and natural. But if you're over 50, this yellow fruit might be doing a lot more harm than good, especially to your heart, blood sugar, and kidneys. The sugar and starch bomb bananas are loaded with natural sugar and starch. Just one medium banana contains over 27 grams of carbs, around 17 grams of sugar, and nearly zero fiber unless it's still slightly green. Now think about what that does to someone over 50. As we age, our body becomes less efficient at handling sugar. Your pancreas may not produce insulin as quickly, and your cells may not absorb sugar as well. So that quick banana snack, it turns into a rapid blood sugar spike, followed by a sharp crash. And that's where the real danger hides. The nighttime crash. No one warns you about many people eat a banana in the evening, maybe as a healthy dessert or a light bedtime snack. It feels good. It's sweet, it's satisfying. But here's the issue, that banana causes your blood sugar to rise fast, then fall sharply while you sleep. This leads to what doctors call nocturnal hypoglycemia, low blood sugar during the night, and most people have no idea it's happening. You might wake up tired, groggy, or with a racing heart, experience restless sleep, or even feel anxious in the early morning hours without knowing why. This yellow fruit could be spiking your blood sugar while you sleep, and you won't even know it. Over time, those nightly crashes take a serious toll on your energy, focus, and heart health. The potassium problem. After 50, bananas are famous for being high in potassium. And yes, potassium is essential, but there's a catch. As you age, your kidneys may not filter potassium as effectively, especially if you have high blood pressure, diabetes, or you're on medications like ACE inhibitors or diuretics. Too much potassium in your bloodstream can lead to irregular heartbeat, muscle weakness, and in severe cases, cardiac arrest. So while one banana might be okay for some, it could be dangerous for others, particularly if you are unaware of your kidney function or medication side effects. Hidden sugars most people ignore. What makes bananas even trickier? They're often eaten alongside other high carb or sugary foods like peanut butter, cereal, toast, or smoothies. That creates a sugar overload, especially first thing in the morning when your insulin sensitivity is already lower. And guess what? Many diabetics and pre-diabetics eat bananas thinking they're safe, but they're one of the most glycemically active fruits in your grocery store. The impact on your energy and brain. Those blood sugar crashes we mentioned, they don't just affect your heart, they mess with your mental clarity, mood stability, hormonal balance. That afternoon slump, that sudden irritability, that feeling of brain fog, it might not be your age, it might just be your banana habit. What you can do instead? If you love bananas, don't panic. Here's how to make smarter choices. Eat half a banana instead of a whole one. Pair it with protein or healthy fat like almonds. Choose greener bananas. They are lower in sugar and higher in resistant starch. Avoid bananas as a bedtime snack. Bananas aren't evil, but after 50, your body demands more balance, less sugar and more stability. Don't let a sweet snack rob you of restful sleep and heart health. Coming up next, the number one summer fruit that people eat in huge amounts, thinking it's hydrating and safe, but it's secretly one of the most dangerous for your blood vessels and heart. Let's talk about watermelon and what you really need to know. Hot day, most people reach for something cool, sweet and juicy. And what's more refreshing than a big slice of watermelon, right? It's light, it's hydrating, it's 90% water. Doctors even say it's a great way to stay cool and stay hydrated. But here's the truth no one talks about. For people over 50, especially those with heart conditions or blood sugar issues, watermelon could be a ticking time bomb. The glycemic trap. Yes, watermelon is mostly water. But what's in that water matters. Watermelon is packed with natural sugars and ranks extremely high on the glycemic index, which means it causes your blood sugar to skyrocket faster than almost any other fruit, even higher than a donut in some cases. That might not matter as much when you're 20 or 30, but after 50 your body doesn't process sugar the same way. Your insulin sensitivity drops and your cellular repair mechanisms slow down. So when you eat a few slices of watermelon, which is super easy to overdo, your body experiences a sugar surge that overwhelms your system. And here's the catch. Watermelon is usually eaten in large quantities. No one eats just a few cubes. You eat half a plate, a bowl, maybe even a quarter of a melon because it's just water, right? But with every large serving, you're flooding your body with high fructose, simple carbs and zero fiber to slow the impact. That leads to a rapid spike in blood glucose, a sharp crash an hour later, and long-term strain on your pancreas and cardiovascular system. Why it's risky after 50? For those with prediabetes type 2, diabetes, high blood pressure or existing heart disease, watermelon is not the safe treat you've been told it is. It can actually inflame your arteries, increase oxidative stress in your blood vessels, and exacerbate silent inflammation, the kind that leads to plaque buildup and eventually heart attacks. Doctors say it's hydrating, but for some it's a ticking time bomb, because what's refreshing to your tongue can be damaging to your arteries. The summer heart risk, let's be honest. Summer is when watermelon shows up everywhere. BBQs, family gatherings, poolside snacks after dinner, dessert, and what happens? People over 50, many already dehydrated and vulnerable to heat stress, start snacking on watermelon without thinking. This sugar flood combined with heat medications and weakened insulin response can set off a dangerous chain reaction in the body, especially for those with congestive heart failure, those on diuretics, or those already managing cholesterol and triglyceride levels. And the damage? You won't feel it immediately, it builds silently. Until one day, your doctor says you've had a mini stroke or your arteries are dangerously inflamed, all because of what seemed like an innocent summer snack. What makes it worse? Many people add salt or tagine to their watermelon, which increases sodium intake. For someone over 50 with blood pressure sensitivity, this combo can be especially risky. And remember, watermelon contains no protein or healthy fat to help balance blood sugar. It's all sugar rushing straight into your bloodstream. Smarter alternatives? Want something cool and hydrating? Try cucumber slices, coconut water, unsweetened, chia-infused lemon water, mixed berries in moderation or frozen grapes. Yes, small portions only. Watermelon isn't evil, but the way it impacts the aging body is very real and very risky. Choose wisely, because when it comes to your heart, every bite matters. Coming up, we reveal 2 more sneaky fruits that are often considered healthy, but after 50, they become sugar-loaded traps that fuel inflammation, belly fat, and even brain fog. And one of them is sitting in nearly every pantry across America. Let's keep going. So far, we've exposed some surprising fruits that can harm your heart and spike your blood sugar after 50. But now, let's look at 2 types of fruit that often slip under the radar. Yet, they may be doing the most damage of all. Because while fresh fruit might have benefits when eaten in moderation, preserved and processed fruits are an entirely different story. Fruit number 4, dried fruits, raisins, dates, apricots. Let's start with something people think is a healthy snack. Dried fruit, raisins, dates, apricots, prunes, even dried mangoes. Sounds harmless, right? They're sold in health food stores, marketed as natural and often recommended for energy boost. But here's what you need to know. Dried fruits are sugar bombs in disguise. When fruit is dried, all the water is removed. What's left? A tiny, chewy, concentrated piece of fruit that's loaded with sugar and almost no fiber to slow it down. A small box of raisins has over 25 grams of sugar, more than a chocolate bar. Just 3 dates, about 18 grams of sugar with a glycemic impact that rivals candy. Why dried fruit is risky after 50? 1 water content equals faster digestion. Without water, your body absorbs sugar from dried fruits rapidly, which leads to sudden blood sugar spikes. 2. Overeating is easy because dried fruit is small and tasty. It's easy to eat 5, 10, 15 pieces without realizing it, which equals massive sugar intake in minutes. 3. Hidden fructose load. That fast sugar load goes straight to your liver, triggering fat storage, inflammation, and over time can contribute to a fatty liver or insulin resistant. 4. Arterial damage risk. With repeated sugar spikes, your arteries experience oxidative stress and inflammation. The perfect storm for plaque buildup, high triglycerides, and heart attacks. Bottom line, dried fruit might look small, but for someone over 50, it can do big damage, especially to your heart, liver, and metabolism. Fruit number 5, canned fruits in syrup. Now let's talk about a grocery store classic that should come with a warning label. Canned fruit in syrup. You've probably seen those peach slices, pineapple rings, or fruit cocktail mixes swimming in that sweet, shiny liquid. What you're seeing is not fruit juice, it's high fructose corn syrup. And it's one of the worst ingredients for anyone over 50. The hidden dangers of canned fruit. 1. Soaked in sugar. These fruits are often canned in heavy syrup, which is basically liquid sugar with zero nutritional value. It rapidly raises blood sugar and overwhelms your liver. 2. Leads to fatty liver and insulin resistance. The fructose in syrup bypasses your insulin regulation system. It goes straight to the liver where it gets stored as fat. Over time, this creates non-alcoholic fatty liver disease and a higher risk of type 2 diabetes. 3. Chemical preservatives. Canned fruits often contain additives to extend shelf life, including BPA from the can lining, which has been linked to hormone disruption, cancer risk, and metabolic issues. 4. Inflammation and heart risk. Canned fruits can trigger chronic inflammation, and for anyone already dealing with cholesterol, blood pressure, or weight issues, that's a recipe for disaster. Fresh might be okay, but preserved equals poisonous after 50 inches. Your body can't afford these artificial sugar bombs anymore. What once seemed like a smart snack is now a dangerous dose of inflammation. And the saddest part, these foods are still marketed to seniors as easy or soft for digestion, when in truth, they are silently fueling heart attacks, strokes, and blood sugar crashes. What to choose instead if you're craving something fruity? Choose fresh, low-sugar fruits like berries, kiwi, or green apple. Skip anything in a can, bag, or box, especially if it's floating in syrup, and always read the label. If it says syrup, concentrated juice, or added sugar, skip it. You're not 25 anymore, and that's okay. But your fruit habits have to evolve with your body. Coming up next, we break down why these sugar attacks are so dangerous for your heart, and the scientific reason they are linked to cardiac arrest, high triglycerides, and dangerous blood pressure spikes. Stay with me. This next part will connect all the dots. By now, you've seen how certain fruits, especially when dried, canned, or overloaded with sugar, can harm your body after 50, but let's go one step deeper. Let's connect the dots between sugar and one of the leading causes of death in the world, heart attacks. Because the truth is, the damage doesn't start in your chest, it starts in your bloodstream. What sugar really does to your heart. Every time you eat a high sugar fruit like grapes, bananas, watermelon or canned peaches, your body goes into overdrive trying to handle the sugar rush. It triggers a release of insulin, your blood sugar regulating hormone. But after 50, insulin doesn't work like it used to. Your cells become more resistant and sugar stays in your bloodstream longer. This excess sugar does 3 very dangerous things inside your body, especially to your heart. 1. It triggers inflammation. Sugar causes inflammation in your arteries, the very blood vessels that supply your heart with oxygen. Think of inflammation like a slow burning fire inside your veins. It damages the inner lining of your arteries called the endothelium, making it rough and sticky, which attracts cholesterol, calcium and other debris. This is where the danger begins. 2. It builds plaque. That sticky artery wall starts to collect plaque made of fats, cholesterol and other junk in your blood. This narrows the space where your blood can flow. Imagine a pipe in your house getting clogged with sludge. That's what's happening inside your arteries. As the plaque grows, your blood pressure rises and your heart has to work harder to pump blood through tight spaces. This increases your risk of angina, chest pain, arrhythmia, high blood pressure, and eventually is in a full-blown cardiovascular event. 3. It can cause sudden rupture. Here's the scariest part. That plaque buildup doesn't just sit there, it can rupture. And when it does, your body rushes to fix it with a clot. But that clot can block your artery entirely, cutting off blood to the heart. That's when a heart attack strikes. Not from stress, not from sudden exertion, but from years of hidden inflammation and sugar damage. All from foods that seemed natural and safe. What the science says, let's look at the data. According to JAMA Cardiology, a 2023 study found that adults over 50 with high dietary fructose intake had a 32% greater risk of experiencing cardiovascular events, including heart attacks and strokes. That's nearly 1 in 3 people increasing their risk just because of sugar-heavy diets. And again, we're not talking about candy bars or soda, we're talking about fruit. The silent timeline. What makes it so dangerous is the timeline. You don't feel the inflammation, you don't feel the plaque building, you don't even feel the damage until it's too late. One day you're fine, the next day you're in the ER with tightness in your chest, wondering how this happened. But it didn't happen overnight. It happened bite by bite over time. So, what can you do? Awareness is the first step, but action is where you reclaim control. You can stop spiking your blood sugar with fruit overload, avoid high fructose fruits and hidden syrups, support your arteries with real anti-inflammatory foods, get your blood sugar and triglycerides checked regularly, and most importantly, don't wait until something goes wrong. Because your heart has been trying to speak to you, you just have to start listening. Coming up next, I'll show you which fruits actually support heart health, stabilize your blood sugar and reduce inflammation, the ones you should be eating after 50 to feel lighter, sharper and stronger. By now, you might be thinking, so what can I eat after 50? Don't worry, the goal isn't to make you fear fruit, it's to help you make smarter choices that match your body's new needs. Because the truth is, not all fruits are dangerous. Some are actually your best defense against heart disease, inflammation and blood sugar problems. So let's flip the script. Here are 5 fruits that are powerful, protective and perfect for anyone over 51. Avocados, the heart healing fruit. Wait, is avocado a fruit? Yes. And it's one of the most underrated superfoods you can eat. Avocados are loaded with monounsaturated fats which help lower bad LDL cholesterol, raise good HDL cholesterol, protect your arteries from plaque buildup. They are also rich in potassium, which helps regulate blood pressure. Crucial after 50. Bonus, they are low in sugar and won't spike your insulin, making them ideal for blood sugar stability. Add them to salads, smoothies or eat with a spoon and sprinkle of sea salt. 2. Cherries, anti-inflammatory powerhouses. Cherries aren't just delicious and they are medicinal, especially dark cherries which are packed with anthocyanins, plant compounds known for their anti-inflammatory effects. Here's why they matter. Reduce C-reactive protein, CRP, a marker of heart inflammation. Help relieve joint pain and arthritis. Support faster recovery after exercise. Great for active seniors. They're also lower in sugar compared to other sweet fruits, making them safe for most people over 50 in moderation. Choose fresh, frozen or tart cherry juice with no added sugars. 3. Green apples, high fiber, low sugar. You've heard the saying, An apple a day keeps the doctor away, but not all apples are equal. Green apples like Granny Smith are lower in sugar and higher in fiber than red varieties. Why is that important? Fiber slows digestion, which helps regulate blood sugar, improve gut health, lower cholesterol levels. They also contain pectin, a special fiber that feeds good gut bacteria and supports healthy digestion, which becomes more important as we age. Eat them raw, slice into salads, or add cinnamon for a delicious snack. 4. Blueberries, nature's antioxidant shield. These tiny berries pack a serious punch. Blueberries are rich in antioxidants, especially flavonoids, which help combat oxidative stress, lower blood pressure, improve memory and brain health. In fact, studies have shown that people who eat blueberries regularly have better heart function, improved cognitive performance, and slower mental aging. Aim for a half cup per day, fresh or frozen. Toss them into oatmeal, yogurt, or eat as is. 5. Kiwi, a vitamin C superfruit. Don't overlook the fuzzy little kiwi. Kiwi is one of the most nutrient-dense fruits on the planet. It's loaded with vitamin C, boosts immunity and reduces arterial stiffness. Potassium balances blood pressure. Fiber supports digestion and blood sugar control. Unlike citrus fruits, kiwi is less acidic, which makes it gentler on aging digestive systems. And here's the best part. Kiwi also acts as a natural blood thinner, helping improve circulation and reduce clot risk. Slice it up and eat the seeds too. They're full of fiber. The bottom line. These 5 fruits aren't just safe after 50. They are strategic tools for health and longevity. Avocados, healthy fats for your heart. Cherries, natural anti-inflammatory protection. Green apples, fiber-rich and blood sugar-friendly. Blueberries, antioxidants that protect your brain and heart. Kiwi, a vitamin-packed powerhouse for immunity and blood flow. They are low in sugar, high in fiber, and full of the nutrients your body actually needs right now. And unlike grapes, bananas, or watermelon, these won't spike your blood sugar or silently damage your arteries. In our final segment, I'll give you a quick recap, a powerful call to action, and the truth you must remember about fruit, sugar, and your heart. Because knowledge is power, but action is what saves lives. Alright, let's take a breath and let's recap everything you've learned today. Because what you just heard could truly change your health forever if you apply it. And remember, this isn't about fear, it's about awareness and making smart choices that align with how your body changes after 50. The fruits you must avoid after 50. 1. Grapes. Tiny sugar bombs loaded with fructose. They may look innocent, but they feed belly fat, spike triglycerides, and fuel silent inflammation around your heart. 2. Bananas. High in starch and sugar. They mess with blood sugar, especially at night, and their excess potassium can be risky for aging kidneys. 3. Watermelon. 90% water, but also one of the fastest glycemic impact fruits out there. It skyrockets blood sugar and stresses your heart, especially when eaten in large summer servings. 4. Dried fruits like raisins, dates, apricots. They are concentrated sugar punches stripped of water and drive up blood sugar faster than candy, also linked to plaque buildup in arteries. 5. Canned fruits in syrup, a sneaky killer. Soaked in high fructose corn syrup, loaded with preservatives and harmful to your liver, blood sugar and heart. These should not be anywhere near your pantry. What should you eat instead? Here's your over 50 fruit safety list. Avocados, rich in heart-healthy fats and potassium, support cholesterol and blood pressure. Cherries, reduce inflammation and protect your cardiovascular system. Green apples, high fiber, low sugar, great for digestion and blood sugar. Blueberries, antioxidants that fight heart and brain aging. Kiwi, packed with vitamin C, improves blood flow, boosts immunity. These fruits work with your body, not against it. They stabilize blood sugar, reduce inflammation, and give you the energy and heart protection you truly need at this stage of life. Final words of truth. You don't need to fear fruit, you just need to choose the right ones. Let's be real. You've spent decades building your life. Now it's time to protect your body so you can enjoy it. Don't let outdated habits or misinformation sabotage your heart, your energy, or your longevity. Every bite counts now. Every food decision is an investment or a risk. You can keep eating like you did in your 30s, or you can honor your body at 50 plus and beyond with the fuel it actually thrives on. In our final segment, I'll give you a powerful call to action. Because you didn't just watch this video to learn, you watched it because you're ready to take your health seriously. Let's talk about what to do next. You've made it to the end of this video, and that tells me one thing: you care, you're ready, and you're not willing to gamble with your health anymore. Because after 50, it's not just about how long you live, it's about how well you live. Every choice you make either feeds disease or fuels your vitality. And yes, that includes the fruit on your plate. So right now, I want you to do something powerful. Comment below, I'm 50 plus and choosing health. Let's flood the comments with that energy and show the world that this community is strong, aware and taking charge. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the notification bell because next week we're dropping another video with life-saving nutrition tips, anti-aging foods and secrets your doctor won't tell you. Your health isn't just your future, it's your freedom. It's your focus, it's your power. You deserve to wake up clear-headed, energized and pain-free. But that only happens when you treat food like what it truly is, medicine. You've been warned. Now take action because the next fruit you eat could either protect your heart or push it one step closer to danger. The choice is yours. And if no one has told you this lately, let me be the first. You are not too old, you are not too late. You are right on time to take back control of your health starting today. I'll see you in the next video.